planet, and Mars is a red planet.
Okay. Mars is the red planet. Mars is. I'm not tripping. It is. To make sure Mars is the red planet. What's good? My back tooth. My what is it? My wisdom tooth. Yeah, that dumbass tooth. That tooth is done for. It's like there's a big crack. Hey, sex me. It's like there's a big crack. Hurts a lot. My jaw is numb. The tooth hurts a lot. My jaw is numb. Makes my ear hurt. Makes my eye hurt. Gives me headache and pain down the throat. Probably infected. Mm. Damn indeed. But we gonna keep it pushing though. We gonna keep it pushing. That shit hurts though. It hurts a lot. A lot. Actually. I got a dentist appointment tomorrow at like 10 a.m. I'm hoping either they can do something or they can refer me to someone who can do something. Either way, I know it's probably going to cost like $200 to get something done to it. Get it removed. I'm trying to get it removed. Yeah, my wisdom tooth. Right? And directly in the back. It's just that one. The other three don't hurt at all. Like they feel perfectly fine. It's just that one for whatever reason. It's been like that for like what? I want to say a year now. 2 years. A year. A year. So there's that. See, that's the thing. I had went to the dentist last year, and she had referred me to getting it taken out, or that they would become an issue and I should get them taken out. And they did start hurting later on, but just for whatever reason, it just magically stopped hurting. So I just forgot about it until it started hurting again. So it's a nasty looking too. I thought just like brushing it would make it better. You know, because I always brush. I thought just keep brushing it, mouthwash, everything. make it better, but apparently not. Apparently not. It really does. It really does. I've broken bones. Broken bones, chipped tooth, sprain my arm. You know, it does feel worse. But then again, I don't really. With those, they gave me like medication to help with the pain. For this, I just been raw dogging it for like a year. So that could be the difference. I don't have any medication. But hopefully that changes tomorrow. I gotta make sure I wake up early though. My appointment's at like 10 a.m. So I gotta get up at like 9 or 8. Probably 8:30. So on me, I'm not gonna want to get up out of bed once I get up. Or once I wake up, I'm not gonna want to get out of bed. I'm not irresponsible. I just the problem felt like it had fixed itself, so I didn't worry about it until the problem came back. So really, it's my body's fault because my body made it seem like the problem had went away, so I wouldn't worry about it. But in reality, it didn't go away. It was still there. It's not my fault. Not my conscious brain's fault. It was my body's subconscious fault. So yeah, that's how it is. You can call it what you want, but from my standing, that's what it is, and that's what happened. Had this appeared earlier, and had it stayed the way it is now, I would have dealt with it much earlier. Obviously, you know, but it wasn't that way earlier. It was painless.
So why didn't you get my gown out of there?
Hmm? What you say?
Why didn't you get my gown now?
He right back over there. Let me let this dog out before you start tripping. Anyways, I don't know if he start crying and everything. What should we do today? Thank you. Thank you. What should we do today? Someone streaming on a Monday. That was a while ago. Usually it's only on like between like Tuesday and Friday. On a Monday, probably say like 4 or 5 months ago, maybe. Yeah, about 4 or 5 months ago. I had to look at it. About 4 or 5 months ago. No, I be wanting to stream early, but I just get wrapped up in shit. I get wrapped up in stuff, so I get distracted. You know, I be wanting to stream at like 5, 6, 7 early times. Get in like 4 or 5 hours. But I'll take what I can get, what I can manage and make happen. So we can make this what 3 hour stream, 3 hour, 3.5, maybe 4. I do gotta wake up at like 8 or 9, 9:30, 9 o'clock. 9:30 might be pushing it too much. I still gotta get there. Probably 9 o'clock. I should actually set an alarm for that. I don't have an alarm set. I know I'm just yapping right now. That's my fault. I need to set an alarm though before I forget. So I'm already called into work. I'm not going into work tomorrow anyway. My appointment. Which, to be honest, I probably still could. If they don't work on my tooth, I probably still could given the time because it's only gonna be like an hour. Or what, getting there at 10, get out at 11. I could still make it to work. But, to be honest, I ain't really trying to go in. So, you know, do some reactions then. Run up some reactions. Maybe hop on Marvel Rivals. Maybe hop on Call of Duty. Get this shit scheduled out, from this time to this time, from that time to that time. You shaking your head for? I be in that job every single day. I do most of the work. Shit, I got hella PTO. If I took all my PTO, I would next time I take a vacation from work, I'm not going back. That's the reason I haven't taken a vacation because I know that when I do take it, I'm probably not gonna come back. I've really just been waiting for us to get enough people there. That way, I can leave without putting everybody in a tight spot. And we're starting to get more people. Well, we just got a new person. So, you know, it all work out for me. That that's all that's assuming this works out. It will, but that's just with this in mind, keeping it realistic. I'm not just gonna just drop my job and just do it for this. I gotta see some like growth in this before I just decide, well, fuck that job. I'm gone. Oh yeah, I've been had a plan. I've been had a plan. Just use the job to fund this, and then I'll make this work off. Yeah, cause I bought my first gaming PC earlier this year. You know, my baby. I spent it on getting. I thought it was a splitter or that whatever it was, which I didn't do it right because it's supposed to share the same screen between two PCs. But what I did was it just it kind of does that. I think what is it, a splitter? I don't know. I just know I didn't do it right apparently, or probably just gotta buy another monitor. I don't know. You know, I just gotta do this shit smart. Slowly and surely get more stuff and be able to do more things, and then play it smart. I'm not gonna just leave it and just say fuck it, we ball. Nah, gotta think rationally and realistically. You know, yeah. Not to mention, I probably wouldn't even do half the shit I be seeing these other niggas do. Strictly due to the fact that niggas be wildin'. Niggas do, in fact, be wildin'. They do, in fact, be wildin' out here. And that's just not my cup of tea. Trying to find something to watch or react to, not watch. Transformative content. Hmm. Bad parents. I mean, it's like we see that every day though. Like every time I react, there's always a bad parent. You know, kind of like wearing me thin. At the just sheer stupidity of some of these parents and shit. Damn, glad y'all couldn't see that. You know what? How about some police stops? How about some police stops? Some traffic stops. See some dumb people do some dumb shit. Mm, oh,
She got a Tesla for her Sweet 16, but it didn't go as
uh, hmm. That'd be something good.
having rich.
I've already seen this. Hmm. Gotta be something time appropriate. Probably say about what would you say is time appropriate? Like, give me a ballpark estimate. What would you say is time appropriate? $15 to 30 minutes. Okay, I can do that. All right, 15 to 30 minutes. The police stops. Crazy. The first thing we see is a grape. It's wait, courtroom. You can watch from courtroom. From courtroom escapes. Hold on. I remember. I remember seeing one on the news a while back and was like, I want to watch it. Watch it on the stream. All right, let me get this set up.
You're probably thinking the man in the white shirt is a prisoner trying to escape. And the two men behind him are security guards chasing him down. But what if I told you those guards aren't actually stopping an escape? They're committing one. They're two accused murderers dressed as officers staging one of the wildest courtroom escapes ever caught on tape.
Let me turn down here.
One of the 19 wildest courtroom escapes we'll be covering in this video.
Courtroom consequences. I guess we can turn this into a series. I guess.
This is Madison Shaw.
Is it still over my voice?
Faced with assault charges in Bay City, Michigan.
I don't want it to be too low, but not too loud.
Attorney was in shock. The judge just sentenced her to 1 year in jail for the assault charge. Her reaction? Run.
Bro, your ass is way too big to be trying to run somewhere.
To block the officer's pursuit, buying Shy valuable seconds.
She's not getting nowhere. She's too big. She's not getting nowhere. No way I let her get away. This nigga fail.
The court officers were light years behind her.
That nigga fail. Where did she even think she was gonna go though? I mean, they already got her name. Probably know where she lives. They probably already know where she would be at. There's nowhere she can go. Yeah, I told you she wasn't going nowhere.
The door guard grabbed her by the sweatshirt, slamming her into a brick pillar.
Yeah, she ain't exactly
Second officer, Shy was forced to the ground
in
and
peak shape. Damn. Man, you got more charges.
Earned her an extra 98 days in jail for contempt.
For a year in jail, though? Come on now. I could see like maybe 3 or 4, but 1 year?
One brave deputy. But what happens when a defendant's escape attempt goes so smoothly that no one even notices? Like in the case of Dwayne Cheney, who's charged with murder in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Cheney was arrested.
No way they're just gonna let this thing walk away after murder.
This was a cold-blooded and premeditated ambush-style murder.
Cheney was moments away from learning his verdict when he stepped out for a bathroom break. The hallway
and they just did that unescorted?
To do this.
No one escorted him? This nigga murdered someone and no one's, or he's on trial for murder and no one's escorting him?
Instead turned the opposite way. This is Cheney's father, waiting for him in the hallway. In seconds, the pair do the unthinkable. They walked calmly out the courthouse doors. Once outside, Cheney ditched his top layer of clothes and heads toward the street.
Ask the police cruiser too. It's crazy. Must have been empty. Some of these people just do first and don't think.
Just like that, Cheney is gone. His freedom is short-lived, however. 3 days later, police got a tip-off from a neighbor and found Cheney hiding inside a garbage bin. Cheney's father, mother, and girlfriend were also charged with harboring a fugitive. If you thought that was the end of the story, think again. Back in court,
let him away
Cheney
again?
was viciously attacked by his murder victim's sister during her victim impact statement. Cameras weren't there to capture the scene, but they did capture the aftermath.
This is very emotional and traumatic for everyone who just witnessed that. We're not going to finish the sentencing today.
As if that wasn't shocking enough, the victim's mother then apologized to her son's killer.
The rest of the family does not support the outburst of any violence or anger. I was telling them I was very, very sorry that that had happened to him.
In the end,
What?
Cheney was sentenced to life in prison for murder. Cheney's escape was so nonchalant that no one suspected a thing. This next defendant takes a page out of Cheney's book. but
Oh,
with
no.
one crucial mistake.
I feel like my mom should be highly
This is David
supportive.
Knight, who's facing drug charges in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. When Knight was summoned to
Yeah, I
what
wonder
he
where
thought
Oklahoma
was a
City's at.
routine court hearing, he appeared voluntarily. Seconds later, the judge broke the news. He had an outstanding warrant for drug possession. He ordered police to arrest him, but Knight had a different idea.
My buddy got stepping.
He slipped into an elevator just as it closed. Once out, Knight paused, but that was a crucial mistake. His hesitation caught the eye of a police officer, and when Knight started to run, the officer gave chase.
See, bro, you gotta do, man. You just gotta do. You can't.
Knight ran down the street as fast as he could, but it wasn't enough.
That nigga look like he
The officer caught up to him just off camera.
boy's taking a
but he didn't
brisk
walk away
jog.
unscathed.
He's going his full pace, full
Separated,
speed.
Possibly broke his shoulder. He also chipped a tooth and had
Damn.
multiple abrasions.
Despite his escape attempt, the judge forewent a prison sentence and sentenced Knight to 1 year of probation for the drug charges. That deputy
Niggas be
alone
running away
pursued
from
just
nothing,
one
bro.
more criminal
1
off
year
the
probation,
streets.
that's
But in
literally
this next
nothing.
Case, it's not the defendant that slips up, it's the deputies. This is the case of Nicholas Tillard, who's charged with endangering children in Hillsborough, Ohio. Hoping for mercy, Tillard pled guilty to his charges, but when he heard the judge's sentence, Tillard panicked.
I swear if it's like a year or some shit, bro.
He casually stood up and then ran. Police gave chase, but they
Bro,
don't stand a chance.
There needs to be like some sort of physical that you're required
The
to
first
pass,
deputy
and then
fell flat on
some
his way
level
out the
of
door, holding up
physicality
all
that you're
other
required to
deputies
keep.
while Tillard made his escape. However, 2 hours later, police found Tillard hiding in a nearby suburb. Finally, Tillard would face his sentence. 12 months in jail for child endangerment. Tillard's escape attempt had deputies falling
Over
like
nothing
dominoes.
though. I mean, I
But
get
what
like
happens
that's
when
a
the
year of your
judge
life
has to
gone, but
step
like,
in?
come on now. There's niggas getting like 15,
In the case
10
of
years,
Sidney
and y'all
Newsom,
running over
who's
one.
facing domestic violence charges in Pike, Mississippi. During trial, Newsom is asked to sign some paperwork. His mother and brother are watching from the audience. The deputy hands the signed paperwork to the judge, but Newsom has his own plan. When the bailiff blocks his approach, things get tense. The bailiff doesn't wait for things to escalate. She takes his elbow and leads him toward the door. But once Newsom realizes her plan, all hell breaks loose.
You trying to get out that door back there?
She
Well, that's another year.
Grab him by her collar, but she can't contain him for long. Meanwhile, Newsom's mother and brother bolt out of their seats in a panic.
And that's another year. And another year.
The judge got involved. He slammed Newsom onto the table like a sack of potatoes. Then Newsom's brother joined the fray. Shockingly, he helped hold his brother down.
Yeah, he's just doing what's right. I mean, shockingly, he's doing what's right.
When backup arrived, they arrested the brother, but later let him go after realizing the truth. Newsom, however, was dragged out in cuffs. The judge sentenced him to spend 48 hours in jail for contempt. This judge single-handedly ended Newsom's outburst, but in this next case, an entire family is out for
I don't think that was 48 hours in jail. He ain't get nothing else after that?
blood. And the judge is powerless to stop them.
He didn't even try.
In the case of Paul
He didn't even
Wade,
try.
who's charged with felony possession of a handgun and 2 counts of murder.
He really didn't even try. She just sat there.
Wade
She
was
just put her
arrested
hand
after
up.
stalking and killing
What?
2 roommates in September of 2022.
He did what?
In court, Wade was forced to face the roommates of murder in Louisville, Kentucky. Wade was arrested
Where?
for felony possession of a handgun and 2 counts of murder in Louisville, Kentucky.
Hmm.
Wade was arrested after stalking and killing 2 roommates in September of 2022. In court, Wade was forced to face the families of his victims, and he wouldn't walk away unscathed.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't remember hearing it. No, this might have been the one I heard of.
Wade walked toward the door. Suddenly, the courtroom exploded.
This is the one I saw. And I said I saw one a while back.
Both families ganged up on Wade while the judge sat calmly in her seat.
Oh, they got his
Wade ran
ass.
out of the judge's door to escape, but the attackers were hot on his trail.
No, they got his ass.
Even the judge has lost her composure.
It don't look like she lost her composure.
As backup rushed to follow Wade, the remaining family members explained what happened. According to the family, Wade whispered an insult at them on his way out the door. Hence,
I wouldn't say whispers.
four
That nigga, I can hear
family
it clearly.
members were charged with contempt after the fight. As for Wade, he faces life in prison for the murders. Wade was caught by the victim's family within seconds. But what happens when an escapee actually does make it out?
They get caught like 2 or 3 days later. It always happens. That nigga booking it.
Like in the case of Eddie Villalobos, whose charges include reckless driving, unlawful use of a weapon, reckless endangerment, and murder in Hillsboro, Oregon. Villalobos
See, I was about to say that's like what, 2 years, year and a half, maybe a year with like 5 years probation, and then you put the murder on there. I can see why you ran.
was in court after viciously stabbing an acquaintance at his apartment complex. Villalobos was cuffed at the ankles and the waist, but to keep the jury unbiased, the deputy was ordered to undo Villalobos' shackles while court was in session. Villalobos was well behaved, so it came as a shock when he did this.
That nigga was gone the second them shackles came up off him. Guilty men don't run.
Villalobos stood up to stretch his legs, then he bolted. Police were only seconds behind him, but Villalobos was fast.
I mean, considering the fact that they got his name and everything in his picture, mugshot, I'm pretty sure he got caught. That nigga was gone.
Villalobos flew down the stairs, almost free.
What happened?
Villalobos ran so far the police couldn't chase him, but his freedom didn't last long. Later that night, police got a call from a worried neighbor and found Villalobos hiding in the closet of a vacant house.
That accused murderer, Eddie Villalobos, was found here, this apartment complex right here behind me. Suzanne Siller.
I just be wondering though, like, what do you think's gonna happen when you get away? This is gonna be a manhunt. You're gonna get caught. You're no longer able to use debit cards, credit cards. Can't use your ID. Can't use driver's license. Can't use passport. Can't use none of that anymore. Cause it's gonna be in what? Gonna be in the databases and everything. So the second you use it, ding ding, this person's wanted. You're gone.
Lives in the apartment complex where a tip led law enforcement to Eddie Villalobos' location.
And I go, what's going on? My doors are over there broken. And that's how, ugh. But now to find out, that's even more scarier. To find out, I live right here. To find out that he was in there, that's scary.
Villalobos' speed earned him a few hours of freedom. But speed is nothing when a stun gun is involved. Like in
He ain't
the
going
case of
nowhere.
Derek Wright, who's charged with speeding, wanton endangerment, and domestic violence in Louisville, Kentucky.
Bro, what the
Wanton endangerment and domestic violence in Louisville, Kentucky.
Some of the best chili I've ever fried. Yeah.
But like,
Wanton endangerment.
wonton endangerment. Is that a real thing or did he just say it wrong? Hold on. Wonton endangerment. Why did I just press S? What the fuck is wonton? I thought it was wanted endangerment. Ah, okay. I thought it was wanted endangerment, not wonton. I think my city's full of shit people. I'm saying. Like, I mean, for all this,
And domestic violence.
I'm gonna assume, I'm gonna guess, top of my head, 6 years.
In Louisville, Kentucky.
6, 7 years.
Some of the best chili I've ever fried. Bacon first? Yeah. Bacon fried up and then kind of crumble it. And then you put it in.
Whoa, where are you going?
Where you going? No, not the restaurant. No, FC. Okay. So I can't go to the restaurant? Okay. Just looking at me to go to my mom.
Wright was in court for a speeding ticket, or so he thought. In reality, while processing the ticket, the judge discovered an outstanding warrant for his arrest for some previous domestic battery charges.
You can't be doing shit when you got warrants, bro. Well, I don't do shit because I got warrants. No, I'm playing. I ain't got no warrants.
I went to court for that Tuesday.
Sir, I need you to calm down.
We always verify.
You get warrants as a. You can get warrants when you're underage. No, you can get warrants when you're underage.
I need to call my mama if I'm gonna get arrested because this is something new to me because this is the only thing that I was supposed to go to court for.
It's unserved, so it's still good.
Okay.
Okay.
He learned the truth. Wright panicked.
Sir, you need to calm down, okay? They're gonna go ahead, they're gonna execute this. They'll let you take some time to call your mom.
Wright was led away in handcuffs, but he had no intention of going to jail. Wright made a break for it, but the deputy held tight onto his waistband. The two took a tumble into the benches.
Thank you.
This wasn't really an escape, though. This was an attempt. It wasn't really an escape.
Wright's chance of escape was dwindling by the second, but he kept fighting the officers.
I think we got different definitions of escape.
After the stun gun, Wright was much more compliant.
Done? Are we done? All right, you won't get you up. You're going to walk back there real nice, okay? We're going to play good today, okay? We're going to play good, all right? Because if you don't, I'm going to
was charged with third-degree assault, resisting arrest, criminal mischief, and disorderly conduct on top of his other charges. Wright's escape attempt ended before it ever began. But for this next defendant,
So it's not
even
an escape.
bulletproof doors could stop his escape. This is Kyle Campion, who's charged with aggravated robbery in Darwin, Australia. Campion had only one security guard watching him when his armed robbery hearing was adjourned, and he took full advantage.
Armed robbery? I'm guessing that's 10 years, maybe. I'm just pulling shit out my ass. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Grabbed a metal water bottle and made a run for it. But Campion soon encountered a problem.
I'm pretty sure you can fit out that door, bruh.
Fast,
You already broke
Campion
it.
shattered an emergency fire exit door with his water bottle. Campion, barefoot, stepped over the broken glass to escape.
So did he just take the bottle just to steal it?
However, his freedom was short-lived. Campion was found by police less than an hour later. The judge sentenced Campion to 19 months for the escape, plus a
19
further
months.
2.5 years for aggravated robbery. Campion's
Oh shit, I was way off. 19 months, that's almost, what, 2? They almost got as many years for the escape than he did for the robbery.
successfully escaped the courthouse all on his own. But what happens when an escaping convict has their entire family
I feel like
there for support?
I feel like the cops, I feel like when you do escape, I feel like the cops and stuff, they get like offended because they get embarrassed because they couldn't catch you in something. So they're like, shit, he gotta get punishment for this. He made us look bad. You know, he made us look dumb. He made us look slow. And in retrospect, one security guard, was he really in security though? All I saw him do was just like shove that nigga, then he was gone. What did he secure? He ain't secure shit. He's a security guard that can't secure shit. I'm just saying, it's a bad look. As a security guard, it's a bad look.
Who's facing 2 charges of first-degree reckless homicide in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 17-year-old Thomas was arrested after he killed a pregnant woman during an attempted robbery. This
Oh,
was the moment he learned his fate.
Was it life? That's gotta be life, right? Wait, was he trying to escape or did he just stand up? I wasn't paying attention.
Thomas's family exploded with rage at their son's treatment. Thomas's outburst didn't last long. Deputies overpowered him before he even left the room.
It don't really look like an escape attempt. It looked like he was just trying to do some shit.
With Thomas under control, the police had a new safety hazard: his family.
No good is going to be done by this court being disrupted. Okay? It is only going to make the situation worse.
Luckily,
Can they put random warrants on you? Shit, probably. It's the government. They do whatever the fuck they want. Ain't nobody gonna stop them. Probably. Get away scot-free.
The situation was resolved without any injuries, but the same can't be said for the case of Decorius Wright and Calvin House. This is Decorius Wright and Calvin House, and they're both facing armed robbery and murder charges in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, y'all going for real.
House and 2 other accomplices were
Yeah, y'all black niggas arrested for murder in Nashville, Tennessee. You're gone. Oh, and you murdered a white. Gone.
Yorlitz was
Gone.
actually shot, and then the kids took off. He did make his way inside of his home, but he was found around 3 that afternoon by a housemate. He was rushed to Vanderbilt Medical Center, where he died.
Because all 4 suspects were under the age of 18, they were sent to a juvenile justice center
Under
to
the
wait for their
age.
trial. But things would go very, very wrong.
in Nashville, Tennessee.
Tonight, two of them
You're gone.
accused of murder before their escape from Metro's Juvenile Justice Center on Saturday.
At 9:30 p.m., the group was cleaning the hallway when their supervisor was called away to a disturbance. That's when the group jumped into action.
Where the fuck they get the vest from?
The third teen hesitated, double thinking his decision, but seconds later, he followed his friends out. All staff had reported to the fight on the other side of the building, leaving the hallways clear for these escapees. By the time their supervisor got back to his post, the teens were long gone, and he panicked.
100 Woodland Street.
Repeat the address.
At the Juvenile Detention Center, we had some youth escape from the Juvenile Detention Center. Do I contact 911 or do I contact...
What were the guards at? There was nobody guarding
I
nothing?
called the other number and just had me on hold. So, like, I'm driving around trying to find them actually right now as we speak.
Hours later, an emergency task force found Wright and House in the parking lot of a nearby apartment complex.
We're very happy to have these two youth, these extremely dangerous youth, off our streets tonight.
The other two boys were still at large, but not for long.
17-year-old Brandon Carruthers
Can't really just go around killing anybody.
Still
you
on
know?
the loose.
We're not going to stop.
What does YT mean?
We've continued 24/7 and we'll continue to look.
Days
YouTube
later,
people?
They were spotted and arrested at a convenience store near the Kentucky border. 2 detention center employees were fired for negligence that aided in the escape.
The incident report
Oh, that nigga's
says
eye.
it recommends the termination of 3 employees. Metro Police saying at this time they don't believe any overt criminal act helped them escape, but rather
a lot of gross negligence.
YT means white.
Their own internal report.
You said YT means white?
Just
That's
saw a pattern.
That's dumb.
People not paying attention to
YT means YouTube, bruh. It means YouTube. At least around here, YT means YouTube.
But in this next case, the defendant relies on pure brute force to earn his freedom.
Come on, bro. Look how old this dude is. He's not catching nobody. Damn. Nasty ass Dasani.
Unlawful possession of a firearm and resisting arrest in Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Come on, bro. These niggas is looking at nothing more than 2-3 years, man.
Again, Corey refused to go back.
Plus, you already been there. You got previous experience, bro. I can understand it for a person who's never been to jail and then they panic. But nigga, you been in there, bro. Just take your ass back and then try again later. Is that obvious?
Despite the judge's threat, Roan walked straight out the door. Court staff quickly follow him out. Roan already has a head start.
What are they blurring out? It's getting blurred.
He makes it down 2 flights of stairs with no obstacle until this.
Buddy, you're not stopping nothing. Got a metal detector?
This security guard caught Roan's collar and got dragged down the hallway by the fleeing suspect. The two slammed into a metal detector, breaking his grip. Seconds later, Roan had disappeared. The injured guard was taken to the hospital. Meanwhile, the sheriff said,
Man, you out your prime, bro. Just hang up the belt. Hang up the uniform. Get the pension and just move on, dog. You too old for this.
If they see him, if anybody knows where he's at, we're asking them to call 911.
The police force waited for any sign of Roan, but what happened next shocked them to their core.
Wait,
Roan
don't tell me he
turned
killed.
himself
Oh.
in. He walked into the sheriff's office himself. Roan was charged with escape and assault, and although his final act of repentance might find him favor with the judge, his
Was it really assault though? He didn't really assault nobody. You know, the dude grabbed onto him. He just so happened to get dragged, which is kind of his fault. I mean, if nigga dragging me, if I grab onto somebody and he's running full speed and don't slow him down at all and I'm getting dragged, I'm just gonna let go. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna let go. I'm not gonna get dragged like a fucking rag doll.
ultimate sentence has yet to be released. Roan's escape sent a deputy to the emergency room, but in this next case, it takes a whole team of deputies to stop the violence. This is Andrew Worth, who's charged with 2 counts of homicide in Oconomowoc,
Said
Wisconsin.
nothing to
Worth
loss.
was arrested after shooting and killing an homicide
Oh,
in
nothing to lose.
Oconomowoc, Wisconsin.
2 counts of
Worth was
homicide.
arrested after
Yep,
shooting
he
and
in there
killing
for
an
life.
off-duty police officer
Oh, you killed a cop.
her boyfriend
You killed a
after an
cop. Oh yeah,
altercation at a bar
he's
back
gone.
in
He's
2009.
gone. This wraps.
Worth said something to Lewick, and her boyfriend Peters came to her defense. Worth says Peters told him to go outside, and that's when the
Yeah,
shooting
cops
took place.
cops don't like
Worth heard his
cops don't
charges,
like when you kill
couldn't
cops.
control himself.
Each of these are separate Class A felonies, and they're separate.
That's life, ain't it? Yep, yep.
No, Your Honor. Nothing, thank you.
Yeah, you can't kill cops,
His
bro.
bonds to $1 million.
You can kill anybody else, but you can't kill a cop.
Exploded.
You can abuse children, but you can't kill a cop. Yeah, it's wraps for him. He's that nigga done.
A swarm
Damn.
of officers descended on him before he could even start.
See, they've been
to
wanting to
run.
do that since
They
the
carried him
beginning.
like a baby right out the courtroom door.
Yeah, they gonna abuse him in jail. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Judge sentenced Worth to 10 years for his crimes. Worth's outburst was as
Wait,
the
that nigga
judge
killed a
sentenced
cop and
Worth
got
to
10 years?
for his crimes.
He killed a cop and got 10 years. What? He killed a cop. 2 people, but one of them was a cop. And got 10 years.
Worth's outburst was as fruitless as a toddler's temper tantrum. But what happens when a defendant, desperate for freedom, attacks?
Hold on. That's gotta be. Hold on. Andrew Worth. It's gotta be longer than that. There's no way this thing only got 10 years for killing a cop and her boyfriend. There's no way. Hey, that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah. What? I'm just gonna.
His own mother.
I'm gonna leave it there.
Like in the case of Christopher Jackson, who's charged with 2
Wow.
counts of assault of a police
Look at this
officer
nigga.
and trespassing in Corvallis,
Just look at his
Oregon.
face.
The courtroom footage has no audio, but Jackson's
The way he walked, the way he's
flippant
dressed. Look at his
attitude
hair,
shines
bro.
through as clear as day.
That's a nigga that live on the internet. I'll tell you that. Nah.
This is Jackson's mother.
Think you punched your mom?
Jackson shoved his mother backwards. Caught off guard, she tried to talk some sense into him, but Jackson is out of control.
Say one thing. If I was a black mom, she would have threw your ass through the wall.
Jackson rushes the podium.
Bro, he just looks like a
swings
kid
the
having a
chair at the
tantrum.
judge. His attorney and mother run to the rescue, but no one can stop Jackson's rage. It takes 2 guards plus Jackson's attorney to pin him to the floor.
This nigga hopped up on Red Bull? No way the nigga's that strong.
Eventually, Jackson's energy drains away, but now officers have the opposite problem.
What you mean? What, they have too much energy?
Jackson acts like a dead weight, making the officer's job even harder. Eventually, Jackson.
I feel like all the times we've seen shit like this happen, we should really just have, you know, security in the rooms. But, you know, what do I know? I'm just a nigga on the internet.
Is handcuffed and sentenced to 6 years in jail for his outburst.
Damn.
Jackson's own mother couldn't control his outburst. But what happens when the task falls to a bunch of unsuspecting jurors?
Ooh, hold on.
What happens when the task falls to a bunch of unsuspecting
We?
jurors?
Look at his ankles. That's tough.
Like in the case of Nicholas Carter, who's charged with aggravated assault of a minor in Skowhegan, Maine. Carter had just
Probably
been
got
found
like 5
guilty of
years. Let's be
assaulting a
honest.
14-month-old, but instead of accepting his
That's a
fate,
sick
Carter
nigga.
chose a different course of action.
So that baby's a year and 2 months. Let's use numbers, not months.
In the middle of an escape attempt.
Years, not months. Years, not
This
months.
is one of the jurors for Carter's trial. Seconds ago, these 3 jurors were patiently waiting for the remaining jurors to arrive so they could begin the jury portion of that day's trial. But when Carter emerged from the courtroom, their plans changed. The juror grabs Carter by his jacket, but it's not enough.
No, shit's wild. For killing a cop? Killing a cop. 10 years.
The juror is in no rush, and he has a good
That's
reason.
goofy.
The deputy is seconds behind Carter and gaining fast. But not only that,
Gaining fast? What's your definition of fast?
The escaped convict, they too joined the chase.
I mean, what's your definition of fast, buddy?
But not only that, 2 jurors
That man
just
is
arrived
not
to court,
gaining, and he is
fleeing the
not
escaped
fast.
Convict, they too joined the chase.
That
Carter
nigga failed.
trips right at the crucial moment, and he's done for.
He got the cuffs on, don't he? That's why he ain't got no front
Dragged back to
balance.
court and sentenced to 10 years in prison. Carter's cartoonish timing earned him a fresh new pair of handcuffs. But in this next case, the defendant would risk anything for freedom, even if that meant death. This is Aubrey Trail, who's charged with first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and improper disposal of human remains in Wilbur, Nebraska.
Yeah, that boy's
Cindy
gone.
Loof was a cashier at a local grocery
That's what
store
y'all do out there in
when she met
Nebraska?
Trail.
What the fuck is even in Nebraska, bro? Ain't shit in Nebraska.
Trail already had a girlfriend, and the date was a trap. The day before the date, Trail and his girlfriend were seen buying hacksaws, food grinders, utility knives, and other cleaning supplies.
Nobody looks at this as if it's
Loof
suspicious.
got into Trail's car and was never seen again. Later, Trail posted a Facebook video protesting his innocence.
Hi folks, Aubrey Trail here. Few little things I want to talk about. I'm a thief, but I mean, goddamn, I've never killed anyone in my life. I've never hurt a female in my life. So take that for whatever the hell it's worth. And of
You just a
course,
lying ass
again,
nigga,
I'm
huh?
just a criminal, so you're gonna believe none of this, and I guess it's really irrelevant.
Despite his confidence, police quickly arrested him and charged him with murder.
You are charged
Lying
in
ass
this
nigga.
case, did kill Sidney Loof purposely and with deliberate and
Premeditated malice.
Trail still maintained his innocence, but things weren't looking good.
They got you on 4K, buddy. Well, not 4K. They got you on some K. It ain't 4K.
So essentially, she was cut up into 14 pieces.
Trail knew he was losing this fight, so instead of letting himself die behind bars, he chose to die in the courtroom.
Where did he get?
Stop recording.
Using a razor blade hidden in his sleeve, Trail sliced
What
his
did
own
he-
throat in a suicide attempt in front of the jury.
Yeah. Imagine saving your life just to send you to prison.
Paramedics rushed him to the emergency room. Despite the seriousness of his injuries, Trail made a full recovery. Back in court, Trail couldn't hide his scars.
You will be restrained for the balance of this trial.
The judge
That's fair.
restrained Trail's
That's fair.
hands. There was no escaping his sentence. Finally, it was
When he
time
just
for
kill
Trail
himself
to
in
learn
prison,
his
though?
Sentence.
Imposed by the panel on count 1, murder in the first degree.
See, it's not
Class
4K,
1
but it's some
felony.
K.
Defendant is sentenced to death.
Trail
Ooh.
was willing to sacrifice his life to avoid
Well, they
jail
gave him what he
time,
wanted.
But this next defendant's escape attempt was so lazy, it's laughable.
That evaluation gets accomplished.
This is Seth South, who's charged with 2 counts of murder in Poulsbo, Washington. In October of 2024, South was alone with his 2 younger brothers when he brutally attacked them with a kitchen knife. South was arrested on the highway hours later while trying to skip
Come on
town.
now.
Driver, show me your hands! Hands out the window!
I could never.
Step out, get on the ground. On the ground, on the ground, on the ground.
I love you guys.
His one surviving sister, Cheyenne, said their parents never saw it coming.
I think they're both equally as confused as everybody else is, and they're trying to figure out kind of what happened, where
Really
to
do.
go,
You can't trust nobody in this
what
world.
to do.
Court, the judge asked him the same question.
Nobody.
I can give the answer.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the next.
Nobody would disagree with me. Like, even the people I typically would
I would suggest.
South's blatant disrespect escalated when he did this.
Mission gets accomplished.
Yeah, you ain't going nowhere, buddy.
So I would certainly reserve my argument.
South attempted to walk away. Thankfully, deputies grabbed him before he could take even 2 steps. South's trial has yet to begin, but thanks to his escape attempt, the judge denied bond. South will be stuck behind bars until his day in court. South's actions barely
Why do trials take so long?
escape attempt, but what happens when a criminal attempts to jump out of a skyscraper? Like in the case of Travis Copeland, who's in court for a disorderly conduct charge.
That nigga trying to kill himself?
Copeland had just pleaded guilty to the charge. Scared of the consequences, he fled the courtroom onto a skyway connecting the courthouse and the jail. However, his escape didn't
Damn, so
go
they just
smoothly.
sent that niggas right in there. Courthouse connected to the jail. Shit, send his ass to the next building over. We done with him.
Waiting for him on the other side of the bridge. Trapped, Copeland was left with no other options. The window.
Dumbass nigga.
Let's play that again. In a plan straight from an action movie, Copeland tried to bust through the window and fall to the busy street below.
Like, what was he expecting to happen if he went through?
Stopped him in his tracks, literally.
Why is there bulletproof glass up that high? Niggas ain't sniping.
His escape attempt earned him a $50,000 to $1 million bond,
Damn.
and probably a sore shoulder.
We gotta pay what, $100,000, $5,000 to $100,000? Cause now you gotta pay like 10% of the bond, right? Is that a? Alright, I ain't gonna watch all of this, but I'm gonna watch some. I'm curious.
Motivated murder.
They got exactly what they deserve. Had to do it over again. I'd kill more.
I thought they would use. I thought they would use. I would not have shot them otherwise.
Thought what?
Kill more.
I thought they would use. I thought they would use. I would not have shot them otherwise.
That doesn't help your case, my man.
This is
I'm gonna have to delete this VOD.
mass
God
murder
damn.
suspect in New York. According to reports, on May
Not expecting
14th,
that.
2022, Gendron carried out a
He was
mass
waving,
shooting at the
Twitch.
Tops
He was
Friendly
waving.
Market supermarket on the east side of Buffalo.
He said
Around 2:30
Hydra.
Saturday afternoon
He said
in the
Hydra.
parking lot of this Tops Friendly Market store in a predominantly black neighborhood in Buffalo.
He live streamed part of the attack on Twitch, a video streaming platform. First,
I remember
Gendron was
this.
seen getting into some tactical gear. Upon reaching his destination, Gendron can be heard saying, "Just gotta go for it." And this is the end.
Just gotta go for it, man.
Yeah.
It's the end, right here.
What
Hope
happened
to take your
next
cheeks in
left
jail,
the
buddy.
world shocked.
The shooter opening fire as soon as he got out of his car, striking 4 people in the parking lot, killing 3. Then storming the store, shooting 9 more people inside. Police say it all happened in a matter of minutes, starting around 2:30 Saturday afternoon.
I'm
The
hoping they're
shooter
taking his
fired
cheeks in
about
jail.
50 shots. All 10 victims killed were black.
Contact homicide. We have bodies down here.
Twitch shut down the live stream within minutes, but the damage was already done.
And they banned
World
him, too.
glimpsed the horror unfolding in real time. Police arrived immediately, but by that time...
I'll be right back. Again. Wait, where was I at?
10 people had already lost their lives, and a further 3 were injured. All the victims were African Americans. Dispatch calls captured the horrors that unfolded that day.
6, if you're en route there, we got an update. Possible active shooter at the top.
Thank you, thank you.
Being fired. We got at least 3 people down on the ground. I can't tell you about shooting. This might be an individual with body armor. Cornered, looks like 3 people face down at least. We have bodies down here. Also, we're going to need some officers inside the top because we have numerous bodies and we have magazines and bullets and everything. So we need evidence secured.
Gendron was soon arrested.
Super crazy place.
Oh my God.
An insane place.
He shot a lot of people in there. Oh my God. Wow. He a terrorist or something? Yo, he gotta be a terrorist. Oh my God, he shot so many people in there. Wow. Yo. Oh. Wow. Yep.
Watching the whole thing? Nah, this thing's like 58 minutes long.
He initially tried to kill himself, but was talked out of it by officers.
He worked his way back towards the front of the store. Buffalo police immediately respond, engage a suspect in the vestibule of the store, and at that point, the suspect put the gun to his own neck. Buffalo police personnel,
Why didn't y'all shoot him?
officers, talked the suspect.
I would have shot him personally as a cop. Fuck the defuse shit. Get him out of here.
At that point.
They also called it an act of terrorism.
You know, I don't negotiate with terrorists, you know.
By an individual
I'm finna talk you down from killing yourself, you know.
who has
I'm gonna
engaged in an act of
sprinkle a little bit of, you know what, maybe you should, you know, or your life is over after this.
Prosecution argued that Gendron had tried to start a race war.
On May 14th of 2022, this defendant displayed a callous disregard for human life. He drove over 200 miles out of his way with one mission, with one goal, to kill as many black people as possible. During that 3-hour drive, he could have turned around, but he wouldn't be deterred. He was steadfast to accomplish his
Is it KKK
goal
member?
of killing as many black people as possible and starting a race war.
They also said he targeted the area, which is predominantly a black neighborhood. Gendron had also canvassed and made drawings of the supermarket area prior to his attack. 2 days before the attack, Gendron also posted online a 180-page manifesto that described his motives and showed his support for white supremacism. The assault rifle Gendron used to carry out the attack was also littered with racist words and names of individuals who had previously carried out similar attacks. Eventually, Gendron pleaded guilty to all charges related to murder,
Death
domestic
penalty.
terrorism, and hate crimes. At his sentencing, emotionally charged family members of the victims directly addressed their loved one's killer.
You will be shut away from the world. You will not enjoy family events. You will not enjoy outings with friends. You will be nameless and faceless, and we feel sorry for you. We pity you even. Your life was meaningless before May 14th, 2022, and you woke up every day feeling small.
And trust me and believe, these dudes can't stop me, really. I'm the littlest thing in here and very agile, but I don't want to hurt you.
However, one family member tried to take matters into his own hands.
You don't like black people. Man, you don't know a damn thing about black people. We're human. We like our kids to go to good schools. We love our kids. We never go in no neighborhood and take people out. Don't do it.
He charged at Gendron, but was quickly detained and escorted out of the courtroom.
Ass cheeks. Can you pull that man's pants up, please?
Gendron, too, was given a chance to address the court, where he showed remorse for his actions.
Too late for that,
Apologized to
buddy.
the victims' families.
I'm very sorry for stealing the lives of your loved ones. I cannot express how much I regret all the decisions I made leading up to my actions on May 14th.
Too late for that, little
I did
buddy.
a terrible thing that day. I shot and killed people because they were black. Looking back now, I can't believe I actually did it. I believed what I read online and acted out of hate. I know I can't take it back, but I wish I could. And I don't want anyone to be inspired by me and what I did.
The judge also had some harsh words for Gendron.
There is no place for you
In
or your
society no
ignorant,
more.
hateful, and evil ideologies in a civilized society. There can be no mercy for you, no understanding, no second chances. The damage you have caused is too great, and the people you have hurt are too valuable to this community. You will never see the light of day as a free man ever again.
Ultimately, he was sentenced to life in prison without parole.
It is the judgment of this court that you be sentenced to life imprisonment without parole.
As you can imagine, a racially motivated crime like the one Peyton committed is certain to get you life in prison. However, this wasn't the only time a racist got what they deserved.
Probably.
Take, for example, the nasty case
I mean, if I was a
of
cop,
Benter
you know,
stalking and harassing
and I
an
see
interracial couple
not
in Cold Spring, Minnesota. According to
not necessarily in this. Let's say there's. I'm not saying he did it, but let's say that there's a killer. You know, kills somebody. He's smiling and told to the family. I'm just step. Family member rush up. I'm step back like, Your Honor, I didn't see him coming. Your Honor, I promise you I didn't see him coming. No, I'm gonna look the other way just so I'm not lying with the promise. I'm just like, I promise you I didn't see him coming. He came from that way. I'm looking this way. He should have swung back.
reports, Byer crashed a stolen SUV into the family home of Andrea and Philippe Robinson. Police said Byer had placed a large piece of granite slab on the gas pedal and directed it to crash into the Robinsons' home. The whole incident was captured on a Ring camera.
That did no damage. What was the point of
Inside
that?
the truck, a teddy bear hung from a noose,
Wow.
symbolizing the racist intent behind the attack. The event left the Robinsons in shock.
I'm still in shock. I can't believe this. Every day I just come out here and think it's a bad dream.
How do I supposed to feel safe? I mean, my wife, my children don't want to stay here, and I understand.
However, this was not their first encounter with Byer. It all started when the Robinsons posted a video about racism and put a Black Lives Matter sign in their yard. In retaliation, Byer had smashed in the windows of Andrea and her daughter's cars.
I tell the world what my kids go through. Wake up to the car windows busted out. And here we go again. Our windows are broken again. The sunroof is shattered.
This led to a restraining order being filed against Byer. However, that did not deter him, as the
I'm kinda
harassment
hungry.
lasted
I'm not gonna
over
lie.
80 days.
He went from busting out windows to shooting at cameras to knowing our schedule well enough that he would follow my wife at grocery stores.
Andrea even made a plea on social media about their whole ordeal.
He's very well aware of our schedule because he stalks us every day for the past 83 days.
Where does he even live
I
at?
need everyone watching this video to contact
Does he live like
Durham
across the
County
street from y'all?
Prosecutor's Office, to contact every media organization because we will be willing to speak.
Finally, Byer was arrested after a neighbor turned him in. He was charged with stalking, harassment, first-degree property damage, and second-degree assault. Court
He looks like
documents revealed
Macaulay
Byer's
Culkin
racial
if he
attack
kept his
started
child face.
because he believed his girlfriend cheated on him with Philippe's son. Eventually, the jury found Byer guilty of 7 charges, including 2 counts of second-degree assault. At his sentencing, an emotional Andrea recounted how Byer's actions had damaged her home and family.
Nothing could be worse than the impact your actions have had on my life and the life of my family. You did not destroy a home. You destroyed a family. Every day I'm faced with the same struggle. The house I once called home.
I mean, he low-key do kind of look like Macaulay Culkin though. Look at him. It's just that Macaulay Culkin has hair.
And a family
Isn't
that's
fat.
forever changed. The place we once called
His
home
name Macaulay Culkin, right? That's how you say his
will
name.
be emptied of its contents and sold.
Buyer 2 addressed the court, showing remorse
I
for his
guess
actions
he's sorry.
and asking the Robinsons for forgiveness.
They affected the Robinson family and home. And for that, I'm sorry. I hope they forgive me and go on living their lives peacefully.
Ultimately, Buyer was sentenced to 105 months in prison, where he had to serve at least 70 months before being eligible for parole. While Benton Buyer was...
Why can't we just use years, dog? 105 months? How fucking long is that? There's 12 months in a year. 2 years is 24. 24 times 2 is 48. 48 times 2, 48. 4, 80. 96. 96. I lost count. This year is years, though.
Spend close to 9 years in prison for his relentless racial attacks. How does it compare to killing multiple people at a religious gathering? Like in the case of 28-year-old Brenton Tarrant, a mass murder suspect in New Zealand. According to reports, on March 15, 2019, Tarrant carried out a meticulously planned attack on 2 mosques in Christchurch during the Friday evening prayers. Wearing
I remember hearing about
a
this.
camera, he live-streamed part of the attack on Facebook as he was seen driving towards the Al Noor Mosque. Upon reaching his target area, Tarrant heavily armed himself and nonchalantly walked towards the mosque as passers-by looked on in shock. As soon as he reached the entrance, Tarrant opened fire.
A gunman wearing all black, clad in a helmet and a bulletproof vest, entered the Al Noor Mosque in the city of Christchurch. He then ruthlessly opened fire during a packed Friday prayer service, killing at least 41 men,
So that's
women,
8 years?
and children in the first mosque.
8.75
in just
years.
2 minutes, Tarrant fired 144 times. He then drove to the Linwood Islamic Center, laughing, commentating, and shooting at will. 7 more people would die there.
Tarrant wasn't finished there. After the Al Noor Mosque, he drove to the Linwood Islamic Center, laughing and commentating as he went. 7 more people would die there.
Tarrant was planning to go on to another mosque when his car was rammed by police and he was arrested.
They had guns in New Zealand. So New Zealand would be like England.
In total, 51 people lost their lives and 40 others were injured. The victims were mostly from Islamic backgrounds. At his trial, the prosecution argued that Tarrant's goal was to wipe out non-European immigrants.
He intended to instill fear into those he described as invaders.
Usually this is why I say, aren't you technically an immigrant? But
or more generally,
wait.
non-European immigrants.
Yeah, it is. Never mind.
Tarrant pleaded guilty to all charges of murder, attempted murder, and terrorism.
Life
Each of
or
these
death.
charges, charge 1 to 51. How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Yes, guilty.
At his sentencing, emotionally charged family members of the victims directly addressed their loved one's killer.
He is a loner, a big fat loser, a coward, and a pathetic human being.
Your father was a garbage man, and you became trash of society. He is ashamed of your identity. You deserve to be buried in a landfill. I'm strong. And you made me even stronger.
Flex on his ass.
In a historic ruling, Tarrant was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Flexing
the first
on
time
him.
such a sentence was handed down
Literally.
in New Zealand.
On each of the 51 charges of murder, charges 1 to 51, you are sentenced to life imprisonment. I order that you serve the sentences without parole.
Shit, I'm gonna end up watching this entire. You know what? I'll go to like 25. We'll do 2 more minutes. 25.
What happens when you kill someone by taking the law into your own hands? Like in
This
the
is
case
that
of
Ahmaud
Travis
Arbery
Michael,
thing.
who's
I remember
accused of
that.
murdering a black man in Georgia.
When they
Reports
chased
suggest
him
that
down.
Travis fatally shot and killed 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery
Yeah,
in an
I remember
alleged
this.
racially motivated hate crime. CCTV footage from the same day showed Arbery entering an under-construction house, number 220, on Satilla Drive in Brunswick. A neighbor called 911, saying Arbery resembled a recent trespasser in the area.
There's a guy in the house right now. The house under construction. 219 or 220 Satilla Drive. He's been caught on the camera a bunch before at night. It's kind of an ongoing thing out here. Black guy, white t-shirt.
On multiple occasions before, several trespassers were caught trespassing at 220 Satilla. Hence, neighbors were aware and the community was on alert. Minutes after entering the property, Arbery was seen dashing out.
He's running right now. There he goes right now. Okay, what is he doing? Running down the street.
Neighbors Travis and his father, Gregory McMichael from 230 Satilla, were then seen grabbing their guns and getting into a truck to pursue Arbery. Another neighbor, William Bryan, also joined the pursuit. Police soon received a 911 call from Gregory, saying they were chasing a black male, but the call got disconnected after a commotion.
911 was to address your emergency.
I'm out here at Satilla Shores. There's a black male running down the street.
Satilla, where at Satilla Shores?
I don't know what street we're on. Stop right there! Stop! Travis!
Sir, hello, sir. Sir, where you at? Hello?
When police arrived at the scene, Arbery was seen lying in a pool of blood, while Gregory tried to comfort his son, Travis.
136, go ahead and start this way, please.
All three suspects gave statements to the police. Gregory said they were trying to make a citizen's arrest of Arbery.
We see him come around the corner.
You can't use lethal force in a citizen's arrest, though. Can you? You can't. I don't think so.
I mean, he's looking dead at us, you know? I mean, he's like from me to you. And he turns and he runs. Travis gets out with the shotgun and runs up there. And, you know, I said, Travis, don't shoot. Don't do anything.
Then
But
Bryan
that
said
would
he helped
mean
block Arbery from getting away multiple times.
I pulled out of my driveway, was going to try to block him. But he was going all around it, and I made a few moves at him.
But if he's running, though, you can't claim self-defense because he's running from you.
And finally,
And he's
Travis,
unarmed.
who had pulled the trigger, said he shot Arbery in self-defense.
That's not how self-defense works, buddy. You chased him down from your home down there. That automatically disqualifies you from self-defense.
Okay. So we run out to stop him to talk to him. He took off running. He came over here. Stopped. He come out of the truck running at us. I told him stop till he hit me. I had nothing to do. There's nothing else I can do.
No arrests were made for days until a leaked video surfaced online. It was a cell phone video made by Bryan around the same time Gregory had called 911. What followed
Dumbasses
next
always
was
record their
chaos.
crimes.
In the video, Arbery is seen fleeing from his pursuers, but Travis and Gregory's truck intercepted him. A scuffle followed, which ended up with Arbery getting shot by Travis and slumping to the ground. Both Travis and Gregory were arrested for the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. Bryan, too, was arrested soon after. All three were charged with felony murder, aggravated assault, and false imprisonment. In court, Travis testified that his initial intention was to monitor Arbery's movements.
Wasn't it your intention to go around the block and cut him off and find him over on the other side?
To head him off and to see where he's located. That was my intention.
But you gotta engage him, though.
You could have stopped right there and not done anything, right?
Yes, but then immediately after is when I saw his interaction with the black truck and realized that there is something to my suspicions here, and I would like to see where he is at when the cops come, which I assume that the police were on the way, that I would be able to tell them where he's at if they haven't located him at that point.
He then claimed that Arbery
Not
got
really
into
your
a
job,
scuffle
though,
with him,
buddy.
struck him, and tried to take away his shotgun.
By the time I get to the front truck, he is at the front corner panel on the right-hand side, and he turns and...
I don't think these are all KKK members, though. Like, some of these are just random racist people.
He grabs the shotgun.
I don't think every racist white person is a KKK member.
So he shot Arbery in self-defense.
What did you do? I shot. Why? He had my gun. He struck me. It was obvious that he was...
Yeah, but you chased him down for blocks with a gun on him. What do you think he's gonna do?
Attacking me, that if he would have got the shotgun from me, then it was this is a life or death situation.
You put
But the
yourself in that
investigator case
situation, though. That's the
testified that
part.
it was in fact Arbery who acted out in self-defense when his attempts to escape the trio failed.
Like, you chasing this man for blocks away, all the way away from your house, which you pulled out of to chase this man. Like, you put yourself in that situation, so it's really your own fault. You didn't have to chase him, because just call the cops and left it at that. But niggas want to play hero.
When he felt like he could not escape, chose to fight.
This was backed up by prosecutor Linda Dunikoski, who argued the events that unfolded that day did not qualify to make a citizen's arrest.
Other people can't go up and stop us and hold us and detain us, okay? They have to actually have seen us commit.
Whenever I hear citizens arrest, I just always just think of Uncle Ruckus just yelling citizens arrest before jumping on that one nigga that Tom was fighting.
No badge, no uniform, no authority. Just some strange guys in a white pickup truck. Strangers.
Linda then argued that everything the trio did that day was based on assumptions, as there was no evidence that Arbery had actually committed a crime.
This is what I was thinking. Mr. Arbery may have run by. Maybe Matt had seen him. Maybe he has broken in. Maybe Larry English is over at 220. I don't know. Maybe Ahmaud Arbery was caught. Maybe Ahmaud Arbery is running from the police.
Yeah, that nigga. The one of the songs. Song that said, "You make me wanna That nigga
testified to police that they were chasing Arbery only based on a hunch.
He makes admissions to seeing Mr. Arbery running down the roadway. His statement to the effect is he didn't know Mr. Arbery had stolen anything or not, but he had a gut feeling that Mr. Arbery may have been responsible for theft.
nigga think he could cost you or some shit, bro.
Linda then
Yo hunch don't work
that
here.
day based on their racist mentality.
But he assumed the worst. He must have committed some crime. What's your emergency? There's a black man running down the street.
In fact, the investigation of the case had revealed that Travis was a well-known racist.
He says, makes the comment that would only be better if they'd have blown that effing N-words, or that blown that N-words head off. He made the statement that he loved his job because he was out on a boat and there weren't any N-words anywhere.
Eventually, Travis, Gregory, and Brian were convicted of felony murder, aggravated assault, false imprisonment, and criminal attempt to commit false imprisonment. Travis was further convicted of malice murder.
Wait.
Ultimately, Travis and
never mind.
Gregory
I ain't gonna ask.
McMichael were sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole.
Mr. McMichael.
Damn, 2 generations of
Court sentences
dumbasses.
you as
Crazy.
follows. Count 1, malice murder, life without the possibility of parole. Greg McMichael, the court sentences you as follows. Count 1, malice murder, defendant was found not guilty. Count 2, felony murder.
Life without the possibility of parole.
While William Bryan was sent to life in prison with the possibility of parole.
Court sentences Mr. Bryan to life with
I guess he did have the least amount of involvement.
Their own hands proved costly for the McMichaels and William Bryan.
Also, he's the reason they got caught.
To abusing the power of law, like in the case of William Melendez, who's on trial for police brutality against a black man in Detroit. Reports suggest that on
Is this really racism, or is it really just a power trip? Because those cops out here, they be power tripping a lot.
Melendez assaulted 57-year-old Floyd Dent during a patrol stop. Dashcam footage from a police vehicle showed Dent getting pulled over on Inkster Road, Michigan, for disregarding a stop sign. Melendez could be seen approaching the car with his gun aimed at Dent.
Damn, already?
His partner then pulled out an unarmed Dent from the car and slammed him to the ground. Then Dent, who had already surrendered, was shockingly put in a chokehold by Melendez, while his partner held him down. But what Melendez did next shocked the whole legal system.
What would he do? Didn't he punch him or something? Piecing together
In a
memories
shocking
and
act of
shit.
brutality, Melendez started to unleash a barrage of punches to Dent's head. In total, Melendez punched Dent 16 times before choking him unconscious. Backup arrived and almost half a dozen police officers tried to handcuff a helpless Dent, whom Melendez had kept in a chokehold all this while. Finally, a bloodied and battered Dent was restrained and taken away, while officers started to search his car. Footage inside the police vehicle showed Dent tearing up from a swollen eye. Dent was also charged with possession of cocaine, which was later dropped. The focus shifted to Melendez, who was arrested and charged with misconduct and assault. At the trial, Dent took the stands and recalled his terrifying ordeal.
The guy with the gun was on the by the end of the door, another guy with a black skull cap on. They came to the car, and the guy with the gun told me, "Get out the car, or I'll blow your." Say what he said. He said, "Get out the car, I'll blow your head off."
He also
Got his
identified
ass.
Melendez as the officer who attacked him.
Do you have a memory of that officer? Who he is, what he looks like?
Yes.
Would you recognize
I'm so hungry.
Yes.
Point to him and describe.
Judge, we will stipulate to identification. There's no doubt who was out there that night.
I was right there in the.
They went on to say how Melendez brutalized him that night.
And what happened when you hit the ground? What was he doing to you when you hit the ground?
When I hit the ground, he had jumped on me and grabbed me by the throat.
And you just go ahead. I'm sorry.
And he started choking me. Then he started beating me in the head.
When asked about the impact of the assault, Dent said his ability to process information was disrupted after the attack.
Do you have problems processing?
Yes.
And did you have problems processing before these events?
No. Meaning that I can't remember things. Takes me a while.
Oh, that's brain damage. Oh, you're gone, buddy.
What someone.
Let's be honest. He probably got
or asked me.
administrative
Eventually,
leave.
Melendez was found guilty of all charges.
How does the jury find the defendant, William Gale Melendez,
Huh.
as to count 2?
What do you know? Why is he looking at him like that?
Great bodily
Yo,
harm,
dumbass, you really did this shit.
complainant Floyd Dent. Guilty. As to
You're a little
count
disappointed.
3, misconduct.
You supposed to be defending him, ain't you? Why you looking disappointed?
At his sentencing, Melendez took the stand and apologized to Dent and his family.
To Mr. Dent,
Now you're only sorry because you got caught.
I am
I know how
truly
you
sorry
niggas are.
if
Well,
this
some of you.
has caused
There's a lot of good cops out there.
undue hardships in your personal life. And if you have any animosity towards law enforcement, that was not my intention.
But the judge was having none of it, saying Melendez abused his authority as a police officer.
You utilized your dirty, hairy tactics and used excessive force to arrest him. You betrayed your city. You caused your lovely wife heartache. And you caused Mr. Dent severe anguish.
Ultimately, Melendez was sentenced to 13 months to 10 years in prison for the assault on Floyd Dent.
I'm going to commit you to the Michigan Department of Corrections as to count 1 for no less than 13 months, no more than 10 years.
While William Melendez used excessive police power to assault a black man, how does it compare to going on a stabbing spree on a train? Like in the case of Jeremy Christian, who's on trial for murder and hate crime charges in Oregon. Reports suggest that on May 25th, 2017, Christian went on a hate-filled rant against Muslims,
Is that 25 minutes?
African
I think
Americans,
we're on 25
and other
minutes.
groups on board the MAX train in Portland.
We 3 minutes past. Yeah, like we 3 minutes past that. What was the plan for afterwards? I don't remember what I said. Do you remember what I said? Because I don't remember what I said, honestly. I'm not going to lie to you. Our rivals? I don't know, because then I had to close OBS because I didn't run it as administrator this time. So we probably won't have to. I might have to change it. Something else, maybe. I gotta get more games on Steam. I mean, it's lethal, repo, lockdown, crab game. I don't even play crab game no more. I don't know. I guess I could switch to like. Let me see. Mario Kart. I hope you're not referring to the new one because I do not have a Switch 2. All you can get out of me is 8. And that's pushing it because I don't want to run into no. Even that's pushing it because I don't feel like running into any motherfucking Yoshis. I mean, Minecraft, you got that. Yay, Black Ops 3. Let's see. First, let me. Okay. I like Black Ops 3 to pass the time. Yeah, Black Ops 3. It's ironic. I should be on Black Ops 6 trying to get higher. But you know what? You know what? I haven't touched Black Ops 6 in a minute. Like a month. If I'm shit, if I'm trash, you know. Telling me Black Ops 3 is like 12 years old, I think. Is it not? I don't know. Oh, no, mistake. Yeah, not 10 years old. Oh, it's about to be 10 years, actually. Huh. What do you know? Well, let me get this thing changed. If it works, that is. Hold on. I might have to delete it and bring it back. Media source. In a minute. It's odd. Hmm. Ow. In my head. I don't know if I can get it to work. Ow. I think I froze my camera. God damn it. Huh. So it works for that one, but not the one I want it to work for. Ain't that some shit? Man, that's trash. Major technical difficulties. Hold on. Have an idea. Alright, there we go. Boom. Alright, boom. It worked. 44 days left. Alright, now. Don't shit on me. I ain't touched this in like a month. It's like season 3 ended. And I only do pubs. I don't give a fuck for that sweaty ass rank bullshit that they got. What is this? Damn. Stick drift is tragic. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, slam the controller against something. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know why I was doing these last time. What is this? Mercenary. Oh, they brought it back. Mercenary mosh pit. Yes, sir. Fuck all that. All them Clintons and bullshit I keep running into and everything. Fuck that. Fuck that. Texted me yet? Oh, in mixed text. How many wins? How many wins? How many wins? How many wins? Now that I think about this, what was I doing when I had the win counter on? That was Mario Kart. Let's say, maybe 10, maybe 10 wins. Is that? I'm not gonna say no shit like 20 or something, because I'm gonna get fed up before I hit 20. Shit, probably before I even hit 10. It's cool, but I don't know if you know for sure they can use. Done. Also gotta change this title on Twitch. Gotta change the. Motherfucker, that say Vietnam Black Ops. The fuck is that? What the shit said Vietnam Black Ops. Check on the chat and everything. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't never heard of Vietnam Black Ops. I played every Black Ops except for Cold War. I've never heard of Vietnam Black Ops. That might not even be a Call of Duty game. That might just be a different game. There's no audio though. I don't like that shit. Why is it doing this? It's willfully being ignorant. I gotta hold on. I might have to do it again. No audio. Well, isn't that aggravating? Good God, that pisses me off. No audio. Let's see. They shoot me through the wall. Affected by UAV. Can move for whatever reason. Got his ass. I'm a little rusty. I'm a little rusty. Oh, I'm gonna drop my controller. What the fuck? I'll take this. Thank you. Was that a... It's not a... Oh, he said a heart? We like those. We like those. See, this is why I risk it with the care packages. I did not see that dark ass nigga. Where you going, buddy? Is that up or is it down? Okay, there's two of y'all in here. So where's the other dude? Shit. I can move. Harp still up. Background music. Something like war ambience or something. Why is this person just sitting here? You ain't turn around fast enough. No time in the zone whatsoever. Damn. Is that like the meta weapon or something? I don't see us making a comic off of this. If we make a comic off of this, yeah, he should have died right there, but I digress. Nope. There's someone from behind. Background music. Alright, hold on. Let this end. Background music. Or I can just try and get the sound to work. That works. I was gonna say it's because it's turned down, but I just turned it up and nothing's coming out. Maybe if I... I'm ahead again. No, still no sound. Maybe? No, nothing. Look this up. I'm gonna look this up. Yes. No sound. I thought that would work, but that didn't work either. Hold up. Let me back out of this first. Technical difficulties be damned. Hold on. Audio input capture. Where it from? I don't think that's gonna work. Give it a shot. Nope, it did not work at all. We might just be shit out of luck. I don't think it's gonna work tonight. In order for it to happen, I might have to restart it. Let me... try again. Input capture. Existing, not existing. Nah, didn't work. It's a tragedy. Tragedy, I know. Well, looks like we got no sound. Yeah, I looked this shit up. Or even say anything. I did. Just in case she was gonna say some bullshit. Just in case. Went ahead and just aired it out, put the business out there. I looked it up. Is there a reason it's not showing? Hold on, see if you can't find it on Google, look it up on YouTube. Let's see. There's always some random dude on YouTube that can fix it.
If you have a USB capture.
Not loud. I'm gonna mute it real quick while I listen. No, we're on this journey. You can hear it too. You can hear it too.
And you've got the display feed, but you don't actually have any sound. What you want to do is double click on it, and you want to go all the way down.
Where is the capture card at? I forget. See if it works now. Nah, nothing. All right, let's just listen to what he was saying.
To audio, you want to select use custom audio device, and you're going to want to click whatever audio device you were using to transport the audio. It should look like this, and click OK. Alright, so now, and you're going to want to click whatever audio device you were using to transport the audio. It should look like this.
Ain't this some shit, man?
Click OK. Alright,
let's see.
So now we want to go all the way down to audio. You want to select use custom audio device, and you're going to want to click whatever audio device you were using to transport the audio. It should look like this, and click OK. Alright, so now we should have sound. But the reason why you can't see the sound right now is because in my mixer settings I've actually
I'm
got
not gonna lie.
turned down. So
I forgot where it's plugged in
sure
at.
you've got your digital audio interface turned up as well.
I forgot where it's
So there
plugged
you
in
go.
at.
Now you will have full audio playback with your recording. Too easy. You will. So if you have a USB capture card and you've got it connected to OBS and you've got the display feed, but you don't actually have any sound, what you want to do is double click on it, and you want to go all the way down to audio. You want to select use custom audio device, and you're going to want to click whatever audio device you were using
I don't know what
to
it is.
transport the audio. It should look like this, and click OK. Alright, so now we should have sound, but the reason why you can't see the sound right now is because in my mixer settings I've actually got it turned down. So you want to make sure you've got your digital audio interface turned up as well. So there you go.
Damn.
Now you will have full
One more
audio
playthrough.
playback
Just one more playthrough.
with your recording. Too easy. So if you have a USB capture card and you've got it
Oh, what's up?
connected
I'm
to
trying to fix the sound for Call of
OBS,
Duty.
and you've got the display feed, but you don't actually have any sound, what you want to do is double click on it, and you want to go all the way down to audio. You want to select use custom audio device, and you're going to want to click whatever audio device.
Wait, see, I'm missing it.
What you want to
Hold
do
on.
is double click on it, sound, what you want, but you don't actually have any sound. What you want to do is double click on it,
Alright, double
and you
click
want
on
to
it.
go all the way down to audio. You want to select
no audio.
use custom audio device,
That's no
and you're
audio
going to want
device.
to click whatever audio device you were using to transport the audio. It should look like this.
Are we using this one?
Click OK.
Okay.
Alright, so now we should have sound.
Nope,
The reason
nothing.
why you can't see the sound right now is because in my mixer settings I've actually got it turned down. So you want to make sure you've got your
Mixer.
digital audio interface turned up as well. So there you go. Now you will have full audio.
I don't know. Wish I disconnected. Crazy. Eat that and then bring it back. Still not shit. Damn. Let's see, if I make one on here, will it work? Still nothing. Well, looks like we're just shit out of luck. Sadly. Let's just watch this together then. See what we're doing wrong.
Audio playback. So if you have a USB capture card and you've got it connected to OBS, and you've got the display feed, but you don't actually have any sound, what you want to do is double click on it, and you want to go all the way down to audio. You want to select use custom audio device, and you're going to want to click whatever audio device you were using to transport the audio. It should look like this. And click OK. Alright, so now we should have sound. But the reason why you right now is because in my mixer settings I've actually got your digital audio.
Let's see. In his mixer settings, I'm not sure. I'm follow.
We've got your digital audio interface turned up as well. So there you go. Now you will have full audio playback with your recording.
Will he though?
Too easy. So turned down. So you want to make sure your mixer settings I've actually got turned down. So you
I might be here for a while, I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, does it work now? Still no? Okay. Did I fuck up that too? I didn't. Alright, good. Good. Damn, I for the life of me can't figure this shit out. Guess I gotta unlike that video. Jesus Christ, man. I'm legitimately confused. And video capture device 2, but I don't even see the first one. I think I'm just gonna give up on that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I might just give up on it. It's like audio mixer. It's not even popping up for the video capture device. It's just desktop, mic audio, or mic aux, and it's all. I don't need any filters. I've been using this for a year and I still don't know how to work everything. Oh, welcome back. There we go. I don't know what I did, but it worked. Alright. Like, shit, where's one? Okay, where did I put my controller at? Oh, it's in my face. I don't know, I was saying I was hungry when I know I gotta go to the dentist at like 10 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, can't really eat anything. I just noticed something. Whenever I move my foot, the audio thing goes up. Makes me think it's not connected to so that means it's not even connected to the game. It's just it's back there. Hold on. I kind of figured somehow I was getting shit from the back. Just like using it as like a mic or some shit. It's a real lot of shit that I looked in. Oh well. Shit is aggravating. I was Try disconnecting it, plugging it out, turn it off and on again. Pretty much everything. Try it one more time. If it don't work, I'll just lead off of Call of Duty. Or just turn the game off. And nothing. Well, looks like we're getting off of this. So, goodbye to that. I'll just get it fixed for next time. Not that much. I'll see if I can get rivals up. I just don't know if I gotta restart OBS and run it as admin. That's what I don't want to do. It's my wisdom tooth. Okay, so I do gotta run it as admin. So that means I'd have to stop OBS and then restart it. And I'm going to the dentist in the morning. I'm just trying to see if I can do anything about it. You know. You can see it numb my jaw, hurts my ear, my eye, headache, and my throat. So I just figured, you know, might as well get it taken out. I'm in a lot of pain right now, actually. A lot. But I'm gonna thug it out. think there was a better word to correct in that sentence. Stramming. Her stramming. I might have to reset it. Run it as admin.